So Slim Chillers, we were formed back in 2011, believe it or not, and kind of started getting our moving pattern going around 2012. And Slim Chillers, for anybody who doesn't know, we're the people who kind of created that whole adult freeze pop category, which is now actually a category. And at the time, it was a functional novelty. We have the 100-calorie vodka martini skinny freezers. They are, believe it or not, these guys. So, whoops, there you are. So with those, we came out with 4 flavors in the 100-calorie vodka martini items. We wanted to go after something low calories. We made them 100 calories each, but they are made with an 8 times distilled triple filtered vodka. With a cosmopolitan appletini, lemon drop, and watermelon lemonade, which is a signature flavor of ours. We created that back in 2012. It's kind of our flagship items, one of our flagship items. And actually, I think I showed you the wine items, but these are the vodka martini here. So we then immediately followed it up with the wine items I just showed you, which have been incredibly popular because, quite frankly, a lot of spirits can't be sold in certain parts of the country and in certain retail establishments. So we created the new wine cocktail skinny freezers. And with those, instead of hiding from the fact that it was wine, we embraced the fact that it was wine, and came out with flavors like blackberry pomegranate sangria, peach mango bellini, strawberry grapefruit rossini, and orangeberry mimosa. Those are also still about 100 calories each, made with and it's also 8% alcohol by volume. So those are kind of our flagship items. We also have some additional alcohol freeze pops, and then I'm going to be throwing a lot at you. So quite frankly, when we'd realized we were in a very highly seasonal item, we decided to use our same equipment to create something that we feel has been incredibly popular. It's done very well in a number of large retail establishments, and those are called the Slim Shooters. These are actually pocket cocktails, pocket shots. We have vodka-based and wine-based in those. Those are 17.5% alcohol by volume, available in 15 count and 30 count. With those are non-seasonal items, and they're actually, although they were designed to be consumed at room temperature, they're amazing chilled, although you can't freeze them because they're 17% alcohol by volume. So those are really the bulk of the items that we had originally created as kind of an answer to just kind of the same old when it came to canned and bottled products. With that, we also have some new products coming out that are both spirit-based and wine-based that are actually canned cocktails. I wish I had one of those with me. Let's see. We have some canned cocktails coming out, and those are actually a little bit different because they're actually in a clear can. Those are going to be 200 milliliters each at 9% alcohol by volume and in a variety of flavors, and those are called Slim Coolers. We will actually have some of those up here. I can show you one now. So this is what they look like. They're actually in a clear can. We made them real appetizing looking with a lot of what we believe is curb appeal and amazing flavor with those as well. Kind of embrace some of our original flavors like our watermelon lemonade and our pear lemon drop and flavors like that. So with that, that's really kind of the bulk of our items. We also have a new varietal wine coming out that is not related to Slim Chillers, but it is ours, called Bad Decisions, of all things. All of us have made bad decisions, so we actually created a line of wines called Vegas Wedding, Blind Date, Bold Moves, and Walk of Shame, and they're all part of the Blind Decision family of wines. So that's us, and that's pretty much what we have to offer with regards to the different products. Virtually everything we carry in our original items were all either sold or are sold either in Costco, Sam's Club, Walmart, Target, Kroger, Albertsons, Safeway, places like that. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I got to tell you, as far as the wines go, with regards to the different wines, for example, our Chardonnay is the Vegas Wedding Chardonnay, right? We always say there's decisions we made that were considered bad decisions while we were drinking, but in this case, make a good decision and buy some bad decisions wine, right? And I was just sitting around, I think it was a Friday night, and I was sitting around with some friends and thought, wouldn't this be funny if we came out with something that just that had, label pop, something that just jumped off the shelf. And we thought it'd be kind of fun. And we did a little bit of research too, and found that about 60% of all new wine buyers buy based on the label, right? And so we decided, let's get something to grab their attention. The interesting thing was with the line of wines, was that we were able to secure, we kind of partnered with a winery on the West Coast, and these are actually appellated wines. We have our cab, for example, is a Paso Robles cab. It's a 2022 Paso Robles cab. And the Chardonnay, the Grenache Rosé, those are all Monterey wines. And so it's been fun creating those different wines, and they're actually good wines. We just came from a show in Florida where all the retailers who tried the wine said, there's a little bit of a disconnect. They said, because these are really fun labels, but when you drink the wines are amazing wines. So like I said, between the different wines, between the Chard, the Cab, the Rosé, and the Pinot, there's a Pinot Noir. So we actually have a Pinot Noir, which is called Walk of Shame. So just fun names. I think what was interesting was, at the time we were looking at product creation, and we had originally come up with a variety of, they were sugar-free margarita mixes that were in stand-up pouches, right? And at the time when we came out with those, we had people reaching out saying, do you have anything that already has the alcohol in it? And so what we didn't want to do was just kind of follow everyone else and come out with bottled products or canned products. And so we really looked around, and we came up with something that was reminiscent of a nostalgic favorite as a kid, right? So I like to say, although these are not designed for kids, these are designed for people who used to be kids, right? And so quite frankly, we just wanted to come out with something that, that was just fun. I have to put it in front here so it doesn't get muted out, but that was it's just a fun item to consume, and it was reminiscent and nostalgic, but something for adults, right? And that's why we made it at 8% alcohol by volume. And we did that so, you didn't want too much alcohol so it was biting somebody's head off, but you wanted to know that the vodka was in there. And so that was on the vodka based. On the wine based items, that was really a follow-up to those first families of items, and they've just gone over really well. It's a unique approach to packaged alcohols, basically. Other than when we went viral in 2018 and 2019, we became a destination item back then. And there are still people that look for the product. The product was originally designed as an add-on item. Like when you go to the store, are we going to replace beer? Are we going to replace wine? Are we going to replace a bottle of vodka? No. But we are that other item that people grab when they're walking out the door. So what you might find is somebody will buy one of those other items, but they'll also buy ours as well. And that has been pretty common. It's a pretty common kind of I want to say that's a common occurrence, I guess, with regards to our products. So when somebody picks ours up, it's because you're actually giving your clients something different to purchase, as opposed to simply having to decide what kind of wine they want, or what kind of beer they want, or what kind of vodka they want, right? This is just something new and exciting. When we went viral back in 2018, we knew that we weren't going to be allowed to just hang out there all by ourselves, because we were literally the only guys out there at the time. And then what happened was, after we went viral and became the #1 selling independent spirit in the country in 2019, everyone else came out with freeze pops. But we still stand alone because we're the only ones that make a spirit-based and a wine-based. We also make ours, with an 8 times distilled triple filtered vodka in our vodka or spirit-based items. In our wines, we use a fortified wine base. So we try to make them so they really are a premium product, although they're popsicles, right? But they are a premium product, and something that hopefully everybody will enjoy when you're, by the beach or at the pool or wherever. So. Yeah. So we pretty much, most of the retailers in the country, there are some regionals that are just now starting to bring us on, but we've tapped into most of the large nationals, and most of the large national retailers in the U.S. now have seen adult freeze pops, right? After we went crazy with this stuff, everybody started showing up with freeze pops. So we'd started exploring some of the international markets. And so what we're looking to do is expand into the international markets. We've seen a huge amount of popularity with the product because, quite frankly, they haven't yet experienced what we've experienced here with these. So whenever we show these to people, whether it be in France or Italy or the Netherlands or wherever it is, we're getting a lot of positive feedback. We just got some product going now into the Caribbean. We're meeting with people in different parts of Europe, and I think now the expansion is further to expand into the U.S., into places like convenience stores and other regional market chains, but also to try and expand into the international market.